Okay, so this week we start our chapter about link queue. Last week we talked about how we use a lambda expression with link queue. As you guys all know, okay, so the delegation or link queue is very compact code, which can make your code is very efficient, compact, short, and readable. Okay, the reason we want to use them because can make your code is easy to maintain and easy to reuse. Okay, so there's something we say, okay, we testing. If you have more code, which means you have more bugs. So that's the reason we need keep our code short and powerful. Okay, so the delegate or anonymous method including a lambda expression, link queue. Okay, those syntax query can help you to make your code very compact and very efficient. Okay, so this week we will talk about the link queue method, and you can feel what's the big difference when you're using the link queue or without using the link queue. Okay. So LinkQ has some different extension method. Okay, so they have a quantifier method, aggregation method, element method, and generation method. Okay, let's look at a qualifier method. Okay, so qualifier method return true or false to indicate one or more elements in a collection metric condition. Okay, so first one I will introduce is or. Okay, so this part of code you can find from the .NET um, documentations. Okay, so when we read this, okay, so many of you probably you don't know how to read this, but this is very important because we trying to get and know how to use some method which we didn't learn in the class, right? But how? So it's very important. You need to know how to understand the documentations. Okay, so in this documentations, okay, it's very important. You should know first is or. Okay, so this method is called or, and it's static, and it's only return boolean. Okay, so this is most important things. Okay, first, if it's static, which means we don't have to call create object, which means we get directly to call the method or, right? And in the method or, this is a part we can put into um, parameter. Okay, the first is this source. Okay, so this source means we can call the source which is immutable. Okay, which means we can just call this method using array list, right? Because all of them is inherit or implement immutable interface, right? Okay, so what's this method do? This method do will return something, right? So how to return something? We're using this delegate mass building method, which is fun. Okay, first in the match the data type, second return as boolean. Okay, which means only return true and or false. Okay, so when we return true, okay, if every element, okay, here is a very important part. Every element of the source, okay, pass the test in specific predicate or if the sequence is empty. Otherwise, we'll return false. Let's look at the example. This example, we given array, okay, it's in the array, right? with several different value. Okay, so it's very important. Right now, you need to be careful. First, what's the data type? Okay, the data type is int. Okay, which means here it int, right? Then the second, we want to call the method or. All right, so method or here, which the object reference we call is numbers. So this numbers is match here immutable. Okay, because the numbers is array, right? That which means we could call the method or, and then in here we try to use the source and the boolean. Okay, so which means we can use func int boolean, right? Okay, so this is the same we can use. Okay, can you tell me what this part of code trying to do? I give you like 5 seconds. Okay, okay, so this part, only thing they want to do, we want to do is get the element which is large to 100. Okay, so how to get every element is greater than 100. Okay, so check this part, every element. So we want every element here, okay, is greater than 100. Okay, so this condition we just specified, every element should greater than 100. Okay, obviously if it is hard code 4, 2, 1, 3, they are not greater than 100. So this method will return false. Okay, so there's many things you can just consider if you want to compare every of them. You want to for example, you can do something get model, okay, with 2 is equal to 0. Okay, what's this part, what's this delegate trying to do? Okay, let's trying to do, we need to make sure our element, okay, is even number, right? So every element have to be even. Okay, so this is even. No, this one, no, 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 no. Okay, still return false, right? So there's many ways we can do. We try to compare every element of the list or of the enumerable. Okay, let's take a look at another one. So this one is a method any. Okay, it's very similar to the or. They all static one and the or return with boolean. Okay, but this will be a little bit different with or. Okay, so only determine any element of sequence. Okay, satisfied a condition. Okay, if we do the same um, method, okay, you could find the condition here. Okay, first we trying to do is every element or one of the element greater than 100. Okay, so which means we will compare this one with 100. So obviously no. This one compare 100. Yes. Okay, as long as one of the elements greater than 100, this A will return true. Okay, so for the or, they should every element, right? But for any one of elements, satisfied condition is will return true. Okay, so